Hey guys, welcome back to the Paper Lion. It's Gypsy, and today I am going to be showing you guys a really cute little thing that I call a page hugger pocket tuck. There's a lot going on with it. I like in some of my projects I like to have them like very versatile, so that they can do more than one thing. This one kind of acts like an invisible paper clip, or like a hidden paper clip, but there's no paper clip involved at all. We're going to be using just very simple things today: paper, scissors, or cutting tool, something to decorate, and of course some pages from my busy book. What I'm going to be showing you today is a simplified version of this one. This one is a little more elaborate, and guys, if we can get this video to 10 likes, I'll come back and show you how I made this more elaborate version of it. So I'll set that one to the side, and what we're going to be needing today, as I said, either some scissors or a cutting tool. I'm going to be using both. I'm going to be using something to decorate. This is my busy book. I'm going to be using paper, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I make the template for this to speed the video up a little bit. I went ahead and pre-cut my papers pretty much, except for this one, and I'll show you why in a second. But with that being said, welcome back to my current subscribers. If you are new here, thank you for watching this video. Become a member by hitting the subscribe button and also the notification bell. I get videos out weekly. I do a lot of different kinds of videos, and you'll see that in my playlist. And with that being said, let's get started. So what we're going to be doing, as I said, we're going to be making like a pocket tuck, page hugger pocket, something like that. I'll name it better when I get ready to upload the video. But we're going to be using this template, and basically this is just a reverse L is what we're going to be using. So for the small one, the measurements for the small is 6 by 4, but with this one, for the small one, I decided to use one of my pre-made 6 by 6 pages, just to let you know that you can use the 6 by 6 if you want to. With that one, you just have to cut it down a little bit. Then for the medium, because we're going to be doing 3 sizes today, the medium one is, the measurements for the medium one is 5 by 12. And I'll show you how we're going to cut that in a minute. And for the large one, it's going to be 12 by 8 this way. So for the large, 12 by 8. The medium one is 5 by 12. And the smaller one, the smallest one, is going to be 6 by 4. We're going to cut 2 inches off of this one. You'll see that in a minute. All right, let me grab my cutting tool, because we're going to go ahead and prep all of these at once. That way I don't have to keep bringing my this thing back to the desk. And then once we get them made, then we're going to go back and decorate them all at the end. And then I'll show you some variations that I made as well. All right, we'll set this one off to the side. Don't forget, guys, if you want to see this elaborate version, this really cool elaborate version, get this video to 10 likes. 10 likes is not a lot, guys. 10 likes. Everybody who watches this video, if you give it a like, we'll be there in no time. All right, so let's get started. We're going to do this first one. Set these other pieces of paper off to the side. And as I said, the measurements for this one is going to be 6 by 4. So we are going to take this to 6 inches. I'm sorry, we're going to take this to 4 inches over here. This one's already 6 this way. That's why I decided to go ahead and use a 6 by 6. That way you don't have to do but one cut on this small one. And so we're just going to cut that. And you, of course, that's a perfect size to make a tag or bookmark later. So don't worry about that. That is a beautiful little scrap to have. All right, now with this one, I'm going to turn it around. Oh, and you're going to need a scorer. I didn't tell you that, but you're going to need a scorer. For this first one, we are going to score it. This is the template for the first one. For the small one, we're going to use this template. And for the large one, we're going to use this template. But for the medium, it's a completely different fold. So stay tuned for that. All right, so let's see. We got 4 here and 6 here. So we are going to score this in the middle at 2. And score that right down the middle at 2. All right, make sure that's a good score mark. And then we're going to turn this around and do half of that, which is at 3. So we're going to score it this way at 3. Okay, so now, as I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got a score mark here in the middle of this 6 at 3, and then we got a score mark down here at the middle of the 4, which is 2. And so we're going to try to get it to look to this one. This is our template, so we need to get rid of this one. And to make sure that you get rid of the right one, just put a little dot there in the middle, because when I was making this earlier, I didn't put that dot and I ended up cutting this one off instead. It's very easy to do if you're not, if you're doing this for the first time. So that little dot there is perfect. And we put it in the middle because we're going to be decorating these at the end anyway. So we're not going to be like, we're not going to see that. All right, so we're going to be cutting along this score line and this score line. So we know that this one, the middle of this one was at 3. So we're going to put this down to 3. And we're going to cut this up to the 2-inch mark. Be very gentle when you're cutting it. And of course, see, if you're not paying attention, we cut it this way with this one in. That could easily have been cut off. But we know we need to cut this one, so we know that this is the one that's going to be getting cut off. So we're going to bring this one over to the 2-inch. And then we are going to cut it up all the way up to the 3-inch mark. I know it sounds a little complicated, but as long as you can just remember that this is the one that needs to be cut out, you can cut it out however is comfortable for you. So now that we have our little L, it matches our template, right? So we're going to cut that one out, and then we're going to go ahead, set that to the side, and we're going to cut out the medium one. The medium one is 5 by 12. So we've got 5 inches this way, 12 inches this way. So the pocket is going to come out to be 3 inches. So we're going to have an extra 3 inches down here to play with. That's going to be our tag. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut 3 inches, because 3 times 4 is 3. So we're going to cut 3 inches. It doesn't matter which side you cut it off, just as long as you have 9 inches left. Okay, so we're going to just slice that off, set that to the side, and we're going to score these at 3 inches. And I hope I'm not going too fast, but of course you can always just rewind the video if you don't get it. So we're going to score this in 3-inch intervals. So we're going to score it at 3. And I know when you're scoring things, sometimes they don't always match up the way that they should, but that's okay. We can always trim. And then we're going to score this again at 6. So we're going to score it at 3 and 6. All right. Now that we got that scored, we're going to set that to the side. And now we're going to work on this last. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but if you're going to be working with like double-sided image, double-sided prints, or if you're going to be working with, one-sided ones, whatever image that you want to be presented is the image that the side that's going to be up when you're making your cuts. So so if you ended up, this one with the medium one, it doesn't really matter unless you don't have a print on, like if this is white on the back, you want to just make sure that your image is on the side. But this one is pretty versatile. It doesn't get folded the same way as the small and the large do. So this one you have a little bit more leeway. It's a little bit more forgiving on the medium one. All right, so now we're going to be going with the same template for the large. So we've got 12 here and 8 here. So 12 by 8. So we are going to score this one down the middle. And we're going to score it here at 4 inches. We're just halving that 8. Okay. Okay. And my scoreboard always, if I have my cutter on, it always kind of doesn't get all the way up to the top. So I'll just go ahead and bend that a little bit right there to complete my score. Okay, and I'm not going to be using this busy side, so I'm going to be using this one. But if you are using a busy paper and you need to, if you can't really see your score mark, you can just go back and ink it a little bit, which is what I'm going to do. Just to kind of give you, on one I made earlier, it was a really busy dark pattern, so I really couldn't see my score line when I went to cut very well. So this is a little trick that will help you. All right, so we got it scored down the middle at the 4 and 4, and now we're going to score it in the middle at 6 inches here. So the half of the 12, and then we did half of the 8. So we're going to come back here to 6. And we're going to score that there. And again, because this paper is, a little difficult to see, I'm just going to go ahead and give some ink to that middle section. All right. Now, remember, the piece, the way you want it to be presented is the way that you need to have it upside when you get ready to cut this one out. So this is the way that I want mine, because this is also, I did mention in the beginning, this is also reversible. And at the end, I will show you how you can use these 2 ways. Each one can be presented in your journal 2 ways, so it's reversible as well. All right, so I am going to want this as my front, and this is my back. So I know that I need to get rid of this one up here to make sure I have it the way that I want. So I am going to just, again, mark in the center a little dot, because I know that I'm going to be covering that up with decoration. So let's turn this back around to my cutting side, and I am going to cut this one out. Let's move this scoring part back here. And we're going to be getting this down here to the 6, or you can follow this score line. And I know I'm going to be cutting it up to the 4-inch part. Okay, there. If it goes over a little bit, it's okay. And so now I know that this, see, I was fixing to make a mistake and cut it. That's why that little dot is so important. All right, so we're going to bring this over here to the 4. And we're going to follow that score line with our cut. And we're going to cut that this time up to the 6 inch mark, or where those score lines intersect. Do not, well actually, let's go ahead with this one and this one, since these are going to be our cards that go in. I know I'm going to leave it with this one. I know that it's going to be, once I glue it, I know it's going to be a little shy this way. So I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch up here. So instead of this being 6 by 4 for the card, it is now going to be 5.5 by 4. Almost cut that at 4.5. So it's going to be 5.5. So we're just shaving a little bit off the top, giving us space for our glue down area. Because you always have to have that. So now that this one is now 5.5 by 4. And the same thing with this one. This one is going to be a vertical one, where the start out is going to be vertical, but I'll show you how you can use it. Well, it's going to be horizontal, I'm sorry, but you will be able to, I'll show you how you can reverse it and use it vertical as well, right? Yes. Okay, so it's going to go in this way. So we're going to need to shave just a little bit off the top of here. So it was 3 inches. So we're going to just take it down to 2.5 inches. Just to make sure that we can fit that in there once we've glued our pocket. And these pieces are just for the tags, the inserts into the pockets. Now we can set those off to the side. Same thing with this small one. This is our little piece that's going to go inside. And so we know that it's going to be glued this way. So we're going to shave a little bit off the top of this one because it's going to go in sideways. So we're going to just shave a little bit off of that. We don't have to shave a 1/2 inch off of that one. Just be careful with your glue. Let's try 1/4 of an inch with that one. I believe that's what I shaved off, was 1/4 of an inch. Of course, if you need to alter that a little bit, you can just come and, excuse me, snip it with your scissors. All right, so now these are going to be our 3 insert pieces. So we're going to sit these off to the side for the moment. Now that we got everything scored, we can get rid of this. And now we can begin to glue. So as I said, this is for the large and the small, this is our template. We got a reverse L here. And for this one, we just have a straight line. All right, so we're going to start with the small one. Put those others to the side. And we are going to take this fold here, this score mark here, and we're just going to bring that in. I don't think I have my bone folder with me, so I'm just going to use the back of my scissors. And then now that we have that one nice and flat, we're just going to take this fold one and bring it right over the top of that and line those up. And we're going to score that as well. All right. Right there, if you happen to go over a little bit with the cut, that's not the end of the world. So we're going to open this back up and we're going to create our pocket. This is what we're going to create first. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit of ink. And we don't really have to ink that side, but we'll go ahead and ink this. And then that top. All right, so let's just open that back up really quick. Actually, let's go ahead and ink this side too. All right, so this is our reverse L. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 sections, right? This one right here is the front of our pocket, and this is the interior, and then that's the back. So we're going to take this one, fold it in, and we're going to be creating a pocket So we know we need to glue this top and this bottom. Try to keep, with the small ones especially, try to keep your glue line kind of thin so that you don't take up too much space. It's kind of hard for me because I don't have like a needle tip. The needle tips for me, they just don't seem to work because they always get like clogged up or whatever. I don't have one of those little things to stick in it. All right, so now we got that. We got the beginning part of our pocket. You could choose to like make an indentation there if you wanted to, or you could just leave it like I'm gonna leave it today. But now for us to make it to where it will hug the page, we are going to glue this side down. Make sure that wherever your pocket is, make sure that you're gluing that opposite side. We're going to be opposite of where our opening is for our pocket. So we're going to glue that down. Again, trying to keep your glue as thin as possible. So how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great. Today is what, Wednesday for me. And I still haven't gotten my iron pills. I'm so bad. I went to the grocery store and meant to get it and ended up doing some shopping and totally walked right out of the store without them, and I haven't had time to go back. So I've got to go out and pay some bills tomorrow. So I will write myself a note because I'm very forgetful. All right, so now that that's dry, we're going to set that aside. And you'll notice that this little part in the back is always going to be a little shy, unless, of course, you adjust your score line a little bit to accommodate that. But it's not really that big of a deal. If it bothers you, you can always take some scissors and trim that off. Or on this back side, if you decide to decorate your back side, you can always add like a little bit of lace there. But now this is our front, and we know it's our front because our pocket here, there's a pocket here, and then we also have this opening here. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to do that again. Just so you can remember that one, I'm going to go ahead and skip the middle one, and we're going to do the large since it's the same procedure as for the large as it is for the small. So here we are with our reverse L. We're going to fold that in. And since this is already, since we kind of like inked it up for before we cut it, now that just saves us from having to do that here for some of the parts. But I think, I mean, if you want to, it's great to still give it a little bit of ink. You know, if you didn't get it completely or whatever. All right, I'm going to go, you know, a little bit slower on this second one just so you can get it. So we got our top right, bottom right, and bottom left. So we're going to take our bottom left and we're going to fold it behind the bottom right. We're going to bone fold that a little bit, or use your scissors if you don't have your bone folder active handy like me. All right, so now we basically have an open and closed book right here. And then we got this flap that we're going to fold back. The top right one, we fold it behind our little booklet, kind of. And we are going to, I just gave myself another idea, I think, that I can play with later. Okay, so now that we got these creased and like as tight as can be, this is what it looks like. Bottom left goes behind bottom right. Top right goes behind all of it. Okay, so now we're going to open this back up, and this is going to be our pocket. So we're going to glue this in. Of course, kind of keep your glue lines as small as possible. But of course, before you decorate your thing, you'll go back and check and make sure that it fits in. And if it doesn't fit in, of course, just adjust it a little bit. You know, paper can be adjusted as long as you don't over adjust it. Then you just have to start over with another paper. But those pieces of paper are not lost, because they can always become different things. They can then be used for something else, because I made a couple of mistakes when I was trying these out earlier, because like I said, I'm doing a simplified version of the other one that I did. I didn't do the other one like this, but this is a lot easier than the other one was. So we're doing this, and so I was playing around with it beforehand. Anyway, all right, so now we got our pocket glued, and of course, like I said, you can choose to make a little hole punch there. I don't have my hole punches with me. I don't have anything with me today, just what I'm working with. So now we got our pocket there, and we're gonna flip that back up, and of course we are going to glue the opposite side to our opening. Give that a little bit of glue. Try to make sure you keep with this one, it doesn't matter as much, because if the pocket or the tab sticks out a little bit, that doesn't matter, because it's going to be on the interior of the page. And of course, at the end, I'll show you some extra little things that you can do to decorate these even more. Okay, so now we got this glued down. Now we've got our pocket here, and we've got this opening here, this partial opening here. All right, so we're going to set that aside. Now, this is the simplest one, because you got your 1, 2, 3 segments. Simple, simple, simple. So we're just going to take this first one, and we're going to fold it under, and these two are going to make our pocket. And then we're going to take this one and then just fold it there. And sometimes they will line up perfectly when you score and cut them, and sometimes they won't. Just adjust them a little bit. Just make sure that they're as even as possible. And then we're going to lay them flat. And there you go. Basically, all you're doing is folding one in and then folding the other over it. All right, so now that we know that this one is going horizontal, we are going this front part, 2 parts right here, bottom and middle, are going to make our pocket. So we are going to, instead of gluing it the same way we did that one, we are gluing it to where this is our opening. This is going to be our opening, so we are going to glue along here and down here. I mean, if you want to have your pocket, your tag coming in the opposite way, then all you would have to do is, instead of this side, then glue this side. But because I want my tag going in from the page, from the interior of the page, that's why I'm leaving this side open. Make sense? Make sure I did that right while I'm talking. Yes, okay. And so I'm gonna, you just have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing, or you can get behind. All right, yes. So we got this top one and this left one little piece glued so that we can have an interior pocket. All right, so now that we've got our pocket, well, it will be a pocket once it's glued. We're going to then turn around, and this upper flap, we are going to glue this side down. We're going to glue this side down. Remember, the same principle, opposite of where your first opening is. Okay. And we're just going to let that stick together. Again, that side always has a little, for me, it seems to always, like I said, you can always go back and adjust your score line if you need to. To me, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really hurt it. If you want to, you can cut this end off. You know, it's not that big of a deal for me. But I will tidy it up a little bit on this side if it doesn't fit the way it should. Let's see. Let's line this one up just a little bit. See if we can help it a little bit. And if not, if there happens to be still a little lip, just clip it off with some scissors. That's why I have brought my scissors, thinking that it might be because it did with my test ones. But these seem to, well, let's see. This one is a little bit off. So let's go ahead and trim that up just a little bit. And this is only if you're asinine like me and you really care. Otherwise, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now that we have them all made, before we start decorating and doing anything with these pockets or the tags that's going inside, we need to just make sure that everything is going to fit. Okay, that one fits. This one could use a little bit off. Okay, let's try that now. It's really kind of tricky with this little bitty one because you already have so little space to work with. But I think they're so cute. So it's worth a little messing around with it. All right, there we go. We worked it. So I guess a 1/2 inch would have been perfect for that one as well. So I guess that's the rule of thumb when you're getting ready to make the tag. Cut it down a half an inch. Okay, and so now this one was going to be horizontal, I'm sorry. Okay, so that fits in there just perfect. All right, so now we got that out of the way. Now we're going to come back and decorate them. So let's pull out some things to decorate. These two I decorated earlier. These two sizes I decorated earlier with my busy book that you guys have seen in my last Quiet Time Crafting. And I'm going to show you why having this busy book, you know, that already has these pre-made little things in it that you can do at your own leisure is so helpful when you're getting ready to put together like ephemera, because you already have your base right there. So if you haven't looked at my Quiet Time Crafting with me showing you how, because I started a new busy book, I showed you this one, you know, and in more detail, and I showed you how to start a busy book, but also in my flip through of my Night Owl journal, which I'll also link. I'll link both of those in the description below. There's so many ways that you can use this little busy book for, like, you know, journal making or ephemera making. All right, so I popped this one open and right here to this page, and I think that would be a great one for this one. To me, it looks nice. It has some very colorful elements, so I'm just going to pull that out. And we're going to use that one, and we'll add a little bit to it. And then let's see what colors we got here. Let's see if I have anything in here pre-made that will already work for this. This is cute. That might work for that. Oh, that one's also cute. Huh. So, and like when I make my busy books, I always make like so many different, I never make them the same. Maybe similar, but never really the same. Because when I'm flipping through, not every piece of ephemera calls for the same type of decoration. So this is always a good way to kind of just have some things on hand that you can just pop. Let's see. That one's kind of interesting. So what I'm just doing is trying to go through and see what I already have in here that might work with what I'm doing today. And I've seen a couple already. So let's see. Oh, I think that's really cute. Let's try this one. And they don't have to be 100% matchy either. And so since everything is kind of large for this busy book, I mean, I could take something and just like tear it down a little bit. Maybe something like this one for this, because I just have a piece of washi tape on there. I think maybe I will, since I'm talking about my busy book. Let's go ahead and just use my busy book for everything today. Okay, but we will be adding a few other things, a few other elements on top of this to decorate. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the small. We'll go small, medium, and large, like the three little bears. This is not the one for the small. Okay, this is the one for the small. So we are going to break down a little piece of this. Let's see. Just going to break it down enough to where it will fit on this little page, on the little cover of this. Okay. Yes, that will fit there nicely. All right, so now I can talk to you guys. This week, like I said, this week is already, I can't believe it's already hump day. This week I'm going to be doing market on Saturday instead of Sunday, because my normal Sunday market is like, you know, there are 0 trees out there, and me and the heat do not mix well. I hate the heat. It's crazy because I'm a summer baby. I was born in August, and I really don't like the heat. It just sucks. Okay, and so now we're gonna also pull out this little the little journaling space, or whatever you want, little tag that goes inside. And I'm gonna just round my corners. You guys know I love to round my corners. But yeah, so I'm gonna try Saturday market because the location is lined with trees, and I'm hoping that will be better. I'm trying to find a way to avoid just taking the entire summer off, because, you know, I will. Okay, with this one, I think I'm going to actually do the letters sideways, you know, just for a little variation. You can do these, decorate these however you want. But yeah, so wish me luck, guys, this Saturday. I'm gonna try, I've got something else to do at 2 o'clock today, but I'm gonna try to get another couple of videos. I need to do a quiet time crafting, and I don't know what else I will get out this week. I'm not sure, because like I said, the week is already gone. And on Friday, I'm taking my girls to a little like a little space exhibition little thing, where they get to do like a little hands-on, you know, thing. It's basically how to survive a crash landing, I guess, on the moon. I just thought that would be fun for them, so I'm taking them to do that. Speaking of my girls, if you see my my little tattoo, my youngest daughter did that on me. Actually, no, my 15-year-old did this one on me while we were at the grocery store with permanent marker, so it's having a little bit of time. And then my other little girl decided she wanted to doodle on me, And there's that. Anyway, let's go back to the tutorial. When you are breaking down your busy books, if you can find little pieces like this, you know, that you can accent, like take the words or whatever, if there's words on there, use those in your little projects as well. Okay, so now we got these cute little pieces. Let me go ahead and ink this one up. And with the smaller one that I did earlier, I did like a little tab. I used a small little die cut as like a little tab to pull it out. And so let's see what we can decorate this with. See if I can find a small little die cut in here. Most of these are kind of big, but let's see. Oh, that's pretty. But that kind of takes up all the space. Let's see what else I have. I think that's cute. Well, maybe I'll do that on this one so it can have a tab to come out. And let's see. And then on this one, I'll use a little coordinating piece that is smaller. Yes. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw my Corsicana haul, but that's where these little pieces, these little die cuts right here came from. Let's get a little ink on those. My 15-year-old is really into like space and astronauts and the planets and stuff like that. So that's why I'm taking him to that one on Friday, because I think that was something that would interest her. Okay, so now we are going to use this one to create like a little tab that you can pull it in and out. Let's go ahead and get some ink on the back of here. And so we're going to just glue half of this on there like that. Making sure I'm gluing the right side. Okay, just gonna have that come like that. You want to make sure you're not bringing it down too far, because then that'll interfere with how it goes in and out of your little thing. And so get a little glue here. Make sure I got that down. And then we're just going to add a little butterfly on here. And this one actually can come a little bit off too. That way it kind of coordinates and kind of goes in with that one. Alright, so that's one. That's our small one. And let's go to the medium. And so, actually, I forgot. This one is horizontal. So I don't think that one will work. Let's see what we have in here that is a little horizontal. Alright, here we go. Just make sure that there is nothing else better. right, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. And so we're just going to tear around a little bit. Trying to banish these straight edges on it. Okay. Although that card does give a straight edge, it's not like, it just looks different than if it was a paper straight edge. Okay. And that's a little too big, so let's tear that down just a little bit. But we are not going to throw that away. That can always be used somewhere else. Make sure that that's good. Okay. All right. Now let's do something about the card on the inside. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same orientation when you pull it out, but I like this one. Actually, you know what? I do not want to use a thick piece inside of there, so let's do something else with this one. Just round these edges. Yeah, that's the only thing. This one has like a chipboard little piece on it, and I think that will interfere with the pocket itself, the thickness of the pocket, so I don't want to use that. So we'll find something else. All right, let's see what we can find in here that will semi-coordinate with that. If I hadn't had these playing cards with me, I could put another playing card there. That kind of looks like that. How about that? Let's go ahead and, do we want it to go this way or that way? Let's just go ahead and go this way with it. And then we'll add something over on the side, maybe a little label or something. And this kind of matches that one because it try to go real thin over here so I don't take this whole little postmark off. You can still see it up there a little bit, just a little bit. The hint of it is there. I don't know how long this video actually is, but I hope it's not too long. I've gotten spoiled since I got that SD card. I can just get on here and record it and not have to stop and think about, you know, how much I've recorded. So I've gotten a little complacent, a little too comfortable. Okay. All right, let's get that on there. And let's see if I can't find a little label. I know it already has some words on it, but, no, excuse me. Let's see. That might work. Trying to not do too much thinking because I don't want the video to go too long. Okay. Let's see where I want it to go. Here. Here. I guess it really doesn't matter with this one. Put it wherever you want. Put that to the side, and there we go. We've got everything we need for this one. You can add a little tab there if you want to, but you do not have to. Well, let's go ahead and ink this one up a little bit. Okay. And now we can just slide our little card in there. And there is our second one. So we got small and medium so far. And now let's work on our large one. All right. Go and tear a little bit of that off. I probably should be tearing this the other way so that I'm not leaving that ugly little line or thin little piece of stuff that usually gets left behind when you tear it a certain kind of way. All right. Make sure. Make sure you get all of that glued down. So you can come back with something on top of here if you want to. Let's see, what do I have at my desk? Have a little piece of this burlap here. You can do a little or a lot with these. It depends on what you want. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, we still have this little piece. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go here to one of my unused pages. and go ahead and basically improvise a busy book page to make our tag. And these little numbers that are down there, those are great to put on other little things. There, and this is, remember, is our tag. You can choose to put it on there. If you want to, on your tag, you can go back and put like some coffee dyed paper there to make it into a journal spot. If you're using like double-sided paper and you don't want this other side to be seen, you can always cover that up. But we're working on this side since I actually put the dot on that side. Got to cover that dot up. So basically with a busy book page, you just layer. I'm not very good with reverse tearing, so I'll just turn the page over, and that way I can tear it the way it feels easier for me. Put that down like that. Look in here and find something that will go with that. And we're remembering that this goes inside, so I don't want to use something thick. That would be pretty, but that doesn't really match. Oh, that matches the colors. Let's see. I can use one of these ladies that will kind of coordinate with the colors of that one. I got pretty much all the stuff that I'm pulling out of this thing I got from Temu, and I still haven't uploaded my Temu haul, which shame on me. Okay, I think that's cute. I think she's cute. I think she'll work on here with that. Put these ladies aside. All right, and just ink her up a little bit. Give her some depth to her edges. Of course, you can use whatever little stickers you have for this. Do I want to add a label to that? Yes, why not? I think I like that one better. So basically this would be my busy book little thing I would have had, like the 3 little elements, the book, that, and maybe added something else, and then all could come back and add something else to that, just to kind of finish it off a little bit. I don't know if that's crooked or not. Let's see. Okay. So you can round the corners. I'm going to round my corners. This is totally optional. Okay. All right. And this one is the 3rd one. Let's make sure we got this all the way glued down. Don't want it snagging or catching on anything. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I'll show you guys them closer in just a minute. Okay. All right, let's push some of this stuff outside. We're going to look at them, and then I am going to show you what they look like in a book and how you can reverse them. Actually, let's go ahead and do see what we have over here. Go ahead and use this one for the back side. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have to work on this book again to give myself some more busy book pages, because I'm finding a lot of ways to use these. Just go ahead and dress this one up really quick, that way I can show you the reversible side of these. I'm not going to do it with all 3, but you'll get the idea. And boom, with 1 page from the busy book. Of course, you can add little extra little pieces here and there if you want onto your busy book pages, but just that easy. I was able to just pull something out and decorate that, and it's done. All right, so let's look at them. see what we made. And then I'll show you how they look, and I'll go ahead and show you the variations that I made. So this is the large one. Well, let's start with the small one. This one is the small one. How stinking cute is that? Of course, I'll show you at the end how you can decorate those to make them reversible. All right, so basically we got this cute little one that has a little journaling spot. And then it's got the pocket there that can slide in. Then we've got the medium one. All of these are decorated with my busy book. And this one is horizontal, so that one goes in like that. Very, very cute. And then here is the large one. And this was using a busy book page. And this is also basically a built busy book page that I built with you. You can cover this up, whatever. That's what I'll probably do, is go back and cover that with some tea-dyed paper when I get ready to actually add that to a journal. And so that slides off in there. Now, let's pull out a book. We're going to use this book right here to show you the small one. Let's take this to a page. So basically what this is, this little piece back here, it goes over your page. Oh, did I do that wrong? Oh my God, did I decorate the wrong side of the page? Oh, oh my God. I'm having a little bit of a iron deficiency moment. I'm like, what in the world is going on? It's not supposed to go on that page yet. It's supposed to go on this page. Oh my God. I'm looking at like, I know I did not sit here and do this all wrong. Okay. On the left page of your journal, it slides down like this. You have to work it on there a little bit. I think it's easier if you're putting it in that way and you're starting here at the top. Oh my God, I was afraid for a moment. I was like, what in the world did I do? Now, here we go. So it slides down on the left side of your page. And this comes out to the interior. Of course, most journals would be bigger than this, so it would give it more space to actually come out, but that easily can just be pulled in and out, and they can journal there. You can leave this blank and they can journal there, or you can decorate this. But if you want to use this reversible, let me show you how it can reverse. Now it will go on, that is still not the way I wanted to do it. This way, oh my God. Gypsy, get it together. You could take that and flip it to the side. And now you can reverse it and use it that way. And now you can pull your piece out from the bottom. And then you can decorate that to now where that is horizontal. And then you can take this, here's the tuck part. You can use that to tuck something with. So that's what, and you can also tuck something here as well. That's how you use a reversible. So that's two different ways with that one. My God, I'm so retarded. Well, I know I'm not supposed to say the word. I'm so crazy. Okay, so now with this one is the horizontal one. So you would go here to the left side of the book and slide that in like that. Of course, most journals are going to be bigger than this. If not, you can always, these can always be adjusted in size, but I'm showing you the ones that I make. So this now goes there. And you can come back and you can decorate this with like washi tape. You can decorate it with ribbon. However you want to do that. You can add a little charm if they hang out like that. So that's the horizontal way. And let's see, if you wanted to do it the vertical way, you would, how did I do that? Hey, I'm still, okay, here we go. So, okay, you would slide it down this way. So you can use it on the left side, and then it reverses on the right side. So now it becomes a vertical. And you can slide that up and down. Use that as a tuck. And then also this is a tuck. So then for this side, if you wanted to use it this way, you would make sure that you decorated it with this one going vertical. So that one, this one would now be decorated with an image or decoration going the vertical way. All right, let's see if I can do a little bit better with the last one. Okay, the left side of the page, my goodness, people, is how you would use it if you're using it vertical. If you wanted to use it horizontal, then you would just flip it and slide it this way on this side. And then, of course, this is much bigger. You'd have to have a bigger journal for this one, but you can use it and then see how that one now goes that way, and it's both that way. And then, of course, this larger one would be for a larger journal, and you can add your little charms, your lace, or whatever. All right, now that I have embarrassed myself on camera, yeah, I'll show you the ones that I made earlier this morning. And I did a little bit different with some of these. With the larger one, I actually added 2 butterfly cutouts to be my tab to pull it in and out. And I did a little bit more simpler version on this one, but that's still using my busy book. And with this one, I just added some tea-dyed paper and some images and a tag. That one works the exact same way as the ones I just showed you. And then here's the medium one. Oh, excuse me, the medium horizontal. I went a little fancy with that by putting this beautiful trim. And then there's my horizontal card that goes in there. And then here is my small one. And of course, I just used a little, what is that, chipboard decal on there, a little butterfly to match the interior. And there's my little journaling space or card on there. And that's it, guys. Don't forget, if you want to see me show you this more elaborate one with the window, let's get this video to 10 likes, guys. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It only takes a second to hit the subscribe button. It only takes half a second to hit the like button. So let's get this video to 10 likes, guys, if we can. And I am going to see you guys in the next video. Oh, where's my other little one? I think I lost it. Oh, I left it in the book because I'm me. All right, and there are the small ones. All right, guys, once you get to putting these together, they're really easy and simple. I know it might seem a little complicated at first, but they're really easy. All right, guys, until the next video, bye.